husband and wife, partners in life, family and business.
Through the ups and downs we've overcome, God as a witness.
From the household of faith to real estate to what's happening now.
We've got something to talk about. So for the next few moments, please allow us
to bring you something you can feel.
It's time for the real talk about real life, nothing but real. Wanna tell the truth, it's on the side. Let's be real. Join in, tell your friends, 'cause every now and then we all need a reality check with the Adolphs.
Welcome to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And this is my last week of my birthday month.
Aww.
Because when people ask me when is my birthday, it's March. I celebrate 31 years. And I feel as my 49 year of life that I deserve every 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hold on, time out.
6.
You're celebrating 31 years or 31 days? Because 31 years, that's a whole lot. And you know,
I'm 49 years.
Right, but you
31 days.
Okay, well then let's make sure. Okay, let's make sure because we got to make sure. Now,
today's episode is called "Okay, I'm 40, now what?" It's a special episode to me because once I hit the age of 40, I went crazy. I kind of like said that I didn't like my life, and it was kind of hard to like put everything together. And I think, and it wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really like something that was planned, but just the realization is I'm 40. What do I have to say for myself? I didn't finish college. It's just my life was different at the age of 40. I mean, what is that like for men?
For men, for me, when I hit 40, I was still 35. So it was that the way it's a mindset thing. Age is all about mindset. It's not how old you are, it's how you feel, how you react, how your activity is. And if you think you're old, then you're old. Because now you're telling your body, I'm old, I can't do this because I'm such and such age. So, but if you continue to go out there, I'm a still big kid at heart. So I'm 49, I will be 50 soon. So in saying that.
This is weird because like for a few weeks we're the same age.
So she's old by herself if she feels old. Yes, because I'm 5. Turn it around then. 055005. I'm a big kid at heart. I still like watching cartoons. I still like running at the park. I still like even blowing bubbles.
But you don't want to do a career change? You don't feel like you need to just do something extra?
What I'm doing now is allowing me to still be a child at heart. And I love it.
Well, in reality, we're just going to pull you back into reality. I just, like I said, I felt a change. And I think that was around the age that I was almost 200 pounds. Remember? That was...
Yeah, I remember.
Because you was 3.
I was above 3. You know, let's get her. I was about 370.
Yeah, so
yes.
we was like...
Heavyweight lovers. So, as I said, how do you look at it? Do you look at your glass half full or half empty?
Yeah.
It's all depend on how you perspect things.
Yeah, and I really wish that I would have communicated with you more, because I think that communication is strong, because a lot of people feel that they're by themselves, and I felt that I was by myself because everybody perceived me as the perfect wife. We had the sports organization, and our kids were growing up, and Kobe was in college, and so it was like everything lined up so right, but in my mind, it was so troubled at that time. And so that's why this episode is just there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Reach out to speak to people, communicate with your spouse, communicate with your friends, but just always feel that you can talk to someone, and when you can't, find someone, because you're not by yourself.
And that's right. And I think that's another key thing, but you have to find people that's going to feed in you in a positive way, because even though that you find somebody to talk to, you don't want somebody to talk to you in a negative way, pull you away from where you are because they're not there. There's a lot of people, they always say misery enjoys company. And if somebody sees you down, guess what? They're going to pull you with them, and now it's one big pity party. So sometimes we have to be careful of who we talk to and who we listen to, because those words can be a seed planted into your mind. And as you're sitting there manifesting on it, you be like, man, I'm 40 and I haven't really done nothing. Yeah. But then on the flip side of that, man, I'm 40. I got my own house. I have my good health. I have healthy kids. And life is enjoyable, because now you could have been in a different situation. Think of the people that are homeless, or that's in situations where they have no choice of getting up and going to work, or have nobody beside them pushing them and with no support. So it's the way that you look at life is how you actually you should accept it, because a glass half empty, you got to find something or somebody that's going to keep that other half full. But once you look at it and say, hey, I'm half full, you can receive a whole lot better.
Yeah. And one of the friends that I met during the time of the shift was a positive friend, and she's a makeup artist, MUA. And basically her spirit was so enjoyable. I felt good, not only because she was making me up, was because of her talk. And I didn't even realize that she followed me on Facebook. And she said, the way you speak, and I just love it. And that speaking to me at that time, and I don't think she realized it, it just made me feel that I'm in my purpose of sharing God's word and being joyful to others.
And, and in saying that, you have to understand, when you feel good, everybody around you feels good.
Because I'm the light.
Yes, you are my light.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial, and then we're going to bring back Jaie Williams. We're going to talk a little bit about her and her businesses that she has coming up on Reality Check with the Adolphs.
Hi, this is Willie Adolphs of the Adolphs Group at Equity House Properties. I'm here today to talk to you about home purchasing. A lot of times people want to know, where do we start? When do we start? How much do we need to save? What does our credit score need to be like? Can I really move in now? And the answer is yes. The thing is that you want to get pre-approved first before you even go house shopping, because what you wouldn't want to happen is that you find the perfect home, but the bank won't qualify you for your mortgage. So always get pre-approved first. So find a good lender, which we have a lot of resources for you on that. Second, you want to make sure that anything that's on your credit, if it's something that you can work with, let's work with it, because everything on your credit, it depends on what it is for each mortgage company. And third, once you get that pre-approval, now it's time to go house shopping. Now, Willie, what about the money, the down payment and things like that? Well, they have a lot of programs that's out there. So based on your credit will depend on the down payment assistance that you can receive. But we do have a lot of resources and a lot of things that can help you. And everyone with the Adolphs Group will hold you by your hand and walk you through the whole process. So you can contact us at www.theadolphsgroup.com or 281-451-7087. And remember, when you have will, you have a way.
Wanna tell the truth, it's alright. Let's be real. Join in, tell your friends, 'cause every now and then we all need a reality check
With the Adolphs.
Welcome back to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And these are one of my month of March birthday episodes. Today we have Jaie Williams, the famous master MUA. And if you don't know what MUA is,
It's
Yeah.
makeup artist.
what?
I thought I didn't know.
Yeah, yes.
I know. Oh.
Because you a man.
No, because I know how many times you used her.
How many times you paid for her?
Don't matter.
You're all funny.
Jaie,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming on this episode. We appreciate you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you for having me. And sure, I'm Jaie Williams. I am from Houston, Texas. I am a wife and mother of 2 adult children and 1 amazing grandchild. And I'm a makeup artist here in Houston. As Tikila and Willie said, I've worked on many celebrities in town and out of town and for different networks. And I'm just excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. So let's get into that. A lot of people, well, I came to realize on using a makeup artist on a lot of the pictures as I spoke and became speakers and stuff. What is the real reason why you would want to use a makeup artist for pictures or speaking engagements or like being on TV instead of just doing regular makeup? What makes it stand out?
So it's important to have a professional makeup artist to do your makeup for big events, photo shoots and TV and things like that, because you want to stand out. You want people to be able to see you when you're speaking, when you form your words and when you speak. People need to see you and you need to stand out. I mean, you don't want anyone else looking better than you. You know what I mean? Let's just be clear. You don't. So it's just very important, and it looks great on pictures. It films great in light, because the lighting is very important whenever you're filming or whenever you're taking photographs. So that's why it's important to have a makeup artist.
Awesome. And so I invited you on this show. This show is called I'm Over 40 Now What? Basically, as you know, I just celebrated 49, and you just had a birthday too.
I did.
So
I
happy
did.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
My March
birthday.
sister.
Yes.
So have you done this all your life, or do you do this full time? What do you do? Because as we get over 40 and you say you have adult children, how do you know what you want to do?
Okay, so I started, my love for makeup started when I was a little girl. My mom and my mom's sister, she has 6 sisters, they would always glam to get ready to go to the mall or to go to dinner or just to whatever they were doing. And so I would watch them, and I was just intrigued by how amazing they could just transform. I mean, they were beautiful anyway, or they are beautiful anyway, but they just really would just look amazing when they were ready to go out. And so that's just where it started for me. And then in high school, I studied cosmetology and then got my cosmetology license, but obviously decided to go a different route when I went to college and studied human resources. I wasn't thinking. I didn't realize how important and how major the industry, beauty industry was at that time. Mm-hmm. I started my family early, so a lot of my focus was on my family. So I didn't start my makeup business until about 9 years ago. And I do it part-time, but it has been a rewarding blessing for me because I've had the opportunity to work with people like you, as well as I've worked with the OWN network for reality TV shows. One specifically was The Book of John Gray. I was part of season 1, and I did Aventer Gray's makeup. I've had the opportunity to do Jaie Williams from Destiny's Child's makeup. I've done a few people from Lakewood Church and their set, like Deidre Great House. So I've worked on a lot of different people in the celebrity world and the TV world. And obviously, and I understand the importance of the lighting, again, with what you just asked me about, makeup and why you need it. So, yeah. So I do it part-time. I'm a mobile makeup artist currently, but I do weddings, photo shoots. I even do the deceased. I've had, unfortunately, I've had the opportunity to do that as well. So
that's a good idea, because usually you see them in the casket and they're just all cakey.
Right.
But to actually get a makeup artist, okay, we're not going to be really gross here, because I'm getting, we all know that I'm getting in a little urn and then a necklace attached to you. But when you do stuff like that, how do you advertise for the different makeup jobs?
So I work with some of the funeral homes. So it's just basically going out marketing myself. I do just like I would for like brides. I would go to these open house events, these event banquet halls and things like that, meet the owners, build a relationship, kind of like event planners do, and then just build that relationship. And a lot of my business is referral based. So when people go, people are unfortunately dying all the time, but people want their loved one to look like, look amazing on their, the last time they see them. You know what I mean? Right. So it was important to me. Okay, so when my grandmother passed away a couple of years ago, my aunt hired another makeup artist because there was no way I was going to be able to do her makeup, and I was upset. I'm not going to lie to you. It was the caked up, heavy, and she just didn't wear her makeup like that. It was, as simple as getting a photograph of that person and then just kind of recreating that look is important, and people love it. They want their family member to be remembered beautifully, and so.
Yeah, that is awesome. I didn't know you did that.
Wow. So I got a question.
Yes.
What about men?
Oh, actually, I've done photo shoots for men as well. For the Small Business Journal, yes. One of my really good friends, he's a business owner here in Houston, and he did the cover, and he was actually one of the first male models. It really isn't a model, okay? He is a business owner, but he had an opportunity to be featured on the cover, as well as he had a full spread in the magazine. And so, I was on set with him, and I got to do his makeup, and he was concerned. Now, he said, I don't want to look like a clown. Right. Don't make it look crazy, and he loved it.
Right. So as a man, I would think you have makeup, and we tend to sweat easier. So would it just kind of like run down, then all of a sudden you see the streak, like all of a sudden you have race cars going down your head?
No.
Hey, I'm a man. I don't wear makeup, so how am I? These are questions that men need to know. Sorry.
Well, you don't wear makeup, and we're going to go to commercial and find out a little bit more about Jaie Williams. Hey there, we're Willie and Tikila Adolphs, and we have some questions for you and your best friend. Have you ever wanted to spend time with your life partner without getting on each other's nerves? Can you remember that you wanted to serve your community and didn't know how to do it? Are you wanting to create a successful lifestyle doing what you love to do and having fun with your spouse?
With our experience, we love to help and support you. We have been successful entrepreneurs for over 15 years and have created over 50 businesses together. We have gone through the failures, the trials, and want to help you to try to avoid them. We have continued to trust in God. So, reach out to us today and we will help you get started with couple bonding in business at www.couplesinbusiness.com.
The Adolphs Group at Equity House Properties. We provide residential, commercial, leasing apartment locating. We provide consulting on home buying, home selling, and credit restoration. We help with private investments through All Faith Investment Corporation. Contact us now, the Adolphs Group at Equity House Properties. We make real estate your reality.
It's alright, let's bring. Join in, tell your friends, 'cause every now and then we all need a reality check with the Adolphs.
Welcome back to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And today we have the Master MUA, Jaie Williams. Now, Willie, you had a question before we went to commercial. Let me go ahead and let you finish talking. Go ahead.
Oh, why, thank you. Anywho, so Jay,
Yes.
I was kind of joking about the running and the makeup because I know you guys know how to make sure you put the right kind of stuff on. But like for anybody that sweats heavily, is there a certain kind or certain technique that you use, or do you know how to handle that?
Yes, actually, there are a few different techniques. However, one that comes to mind first is it's all about the primer that you use. If you use, there are different types. There's a matte and there's a sheer. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. So for example, for an event like, TV show or for a photo shoot, you would use a matte primer and then either a translucent powder or maybe a waterproof foundation. Now, you're still gonna sweat a little bit or perspire a little bit, but you won't be like running.
Oh.
So that's why it's important to just kind of, in between takes and things like that, just kind of pat it off and then you're good.
Oh. And then it won't smear and
No, well, that's why you pat. You always pat. You pat the makeup. You don't
no
rub the
no,
makeup.
No, that's what you.
Yeah.
No, say we kind of like whoo and be done with it.
So we would-
oh no. You know we ain't doing all that.
You don't like when I pat you?
Not like that.
How do you like me to pat you?
We have guests.
Okay, Jay.
Yes. I'm married, so I get it. I get it. I love it.
I know you are fine, baby.
So Jay.
Yes.
Because of the new year and because of what happened last year with COVID and everything, you and your daughter started a business.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our business is called Untamed Beauty, Free Spirit with a Wild Heart. And basically, my daughter is in her late 20s and I'm in my late 40s. So we have a lot of the same perspectives on things and a lot of different perspectives on things. And we're polar opposites, but we're a lot alike, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So basically, my daughter is all about natural hair and I'm all about makeup and skin. So we want to be able to reach women of all ages and all age ranges and help them feel free to be whoever they want to be, and that means wearing makeup. I know a lot of women around my age, 49, they are not trying to wear makeup. They're like, I don't want to do all that, or I don't want to do it. Maybe my husband doesn't like it, or whatever. But it's not about that. It's about doing things for yourself, and because it makes you feel good.
Yep.
And then creating a platform for women to be able to do that, because I feel like a lot of women, especially women of color, have been muted. We feel like we have to be a certain way when we go on a job interview. We can't go with our natural hair. We have to wear straight hair. No pun intended. Okay.
Yeah, we all know we love the
I mean, but we like to change it up, right? We like to change it up. I do it all the time. And so we just want to be able to reach women on that level. So I'm in the process of working with chemists for skincare, and my daughter is also working with chemists on hair conditioning. And so we're bringing that together.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And fellow entrepreneur, we were, just talking and discussing. We've both been married a while. And we came up with a subscription box called Date Night.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about Date Night boxes.
So Date Night boxes is going to be, is a subscription opportunity for couples to identify, if you're trying to create something new and interesting in your relationship, because you have to keep it spicy, you got to keep it fresh. The goal for the Date Night box is to do just that. It's going to help you create whatever ambiance you're trying to create, and it'll be different every single time you receive your box.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep, and there's other subscription boxes, but what makes this special is because it's oriented for restaurants that are in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Because you and your husband are foodies to the max. To the max.
To the max, yes.
And then my spin on the thing is doing something different with your spouse. Willie and I just celebrated 21 years of marriage.
Yeah.
And so it's always something new that you can learn with your spouse. And these subscription boxes gives you the opportunity to talk.
Yes.
And so I think it was a good idea that Jaie and I came up with, and we would love for you to get in contact with us. Jaie, how can they get in contact with you, though?
So for my makeup business, I can be found on Instagram at All Made Up by Jaie, and that's Jaie, or at Gorgeous, GORJIZZ_JAIE. And also, we are at Untamed Beauty, .net. Sorry. I have so many emails.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yes.
But when we appreciate that, and then one little snippet. So her name is Jaie Williams. And what I found was so awesome, because one of my favorite singers is Christopher Williams. Her husband's name is Christopher Williams.
It is.
Hold on, whoa.
It is.
Whoa. Favorite? No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot. It was Charlie Wilson is my favorite.
He's the favorite.
He's the favorite.
Yeah, because I was swearing we just did a show and we talked about favorite. That's why we write stuff on the back, because you be cheating. There we go.
Anyway. Jaie, what kind of advice can you offer women over the age of 40 who's just kind of like, I don't know what to do with my life? What kind can you, because we've been at this thing and we say, oh, we want to do this or we want to change it up. What advice can you offer the ladies out there?
I would say get a good group of friends and have those conversations with women that are like-minded. Also, I say don't be afraid to change. Change is healthy.
Yeah.
Always keep learning and growing regardless to what your circumstances are. You can do anything. Anything's possible. If you just want it, you just go for it. Make it happen.
Yeah, because if you don't change, you'll never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Go. So we were talking about going to a change, but I tell you what, Tikila and I have been changing during our marriage for quite some time. And, with that box, that's definitely going to help other couples as well go through a lot of changes. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable, but guess what? It just makes you stronger.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us for Reality Check with the Adolphs. And we're ending today's episode. We thank you so much, Jaie, for your time and being with us. But we'll be back next week with Reality Check with the Adolphs.
Husband and wife, partners in life, family and business.
Through the ups and downs, we've overcome. God as a witness.
From the household of faith to real estate to what's happening now.
We've got something to talk about.